Hi everyone, my name is Maria and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, my guest, guys, I'm so excited. My guest is the professional who's helping other professionals in her spare time build their presence, their career, present them internationally, globally, starting from navigating the job search up to building their portfolio based on their skills. Hi, Eka. Really glad to have you here. Hi.
Such a cool introduction. I love it. Yeah. My background is in marketing. I've been doing marketing for more than 11 years, and now I am in product management. So I switched careers, but in my spare time, I love to help people navigate their career path, because I myself really struggled when I just came to the UK 13 years ago, and I just really love helping people with that, helping them with their visibility and navigating various changes which we all come across all the time, especially now in the AI time. So I'm very happy to be here, and thank you for your kind introduction.
Oh, pleasure. You mentioned to me when we've been having conversation, you mentioned to me that you're helping people build their portfolio based on their skills. What does it mean?
Yeah, I think my big passion is to talk about understanding your strongest skill set and build your career around the strongest skill set. I am a strong believer that you can only be successful if you use your strongest skills, something you really value within your talents. And it takes quite a lot of time to figure out. So I always recommend people and my clients to sit down with themselves and write down what they enjoy most in their life, in their career, in their studies, what are they passionate about, and go and explore it. Because I think that in the past, the theory was that you have to be perfect at everything to be successful.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's all changing. We are calling it positive psychology approach, where we try to find those nuggets of talents within ourselves and go and use those strongest skills we have instead of working on everything. And if you do that, your career will skyrocket. But it takes a bit of time to figure out what you are good at. You have to be really honest with yourself and spend some time and challenge yourself to understand it, and that takes time.
To be honest with you, you're mentioning that it will take time. I wanted to ask you that when you're talking about it, it all sounds wonderful, but how can I understand what sort of skills I'm good at? So that's first of all how I understand that. And the second question is that isn't it easier just to go with the flow, really? So for example, you're working as an analyst, let's say in 4 years you'll become a manager, in another 4 years you'll become, let's say, a director or something like that. Isn't it easier just to go with a traditional path rather than building your skill set, building your portfolio, and then getting somewhere?
I think we all should enjoy what we are doing, and it's really hard to be successful or be happy if you don't enjoy what you're doing. And we spend so much time at work, so much time. It's such a big part of our life. So I think it's really important to understand who you are and where you can add real value. And to do that, I recommend starting noticing where you feel most energized, what really ticks you. So when you are happy at work, just reflect on the past, maybe think about your education or your school time, what really made you feel fulfilled, what really made you happy. For example, for me, when I was doing SEO and marketing work, it was delivering results and completing projects, because my big thing is about getting things done. And when I would complete something, I would be so proud of myself, and I'd be like, oh, I've actually done it. Oh my God,
happy.
I'm so proud of myself. And I go and spread this positive energy, and it gives me motivation to achieve more in the next project. I think it's really important to be mindful. And answering your second question, we have to be in control. No one owes us a promotion, no one owes us anything really. And it's so competitive in London, in the UK, in any country really. Whenever you want to be successful, it's so competitive. No one has to come to us and give us a promotion. We always have to be confident in what value we are bringing to the team, to the company, to ourselves really. And that's why we have to stay in control of it. So it's on me to sit down with myself and write down things I've been achieving. And actually, that's something I recommend doing monthly, if not 6 monthly. So I have my notebook where every month I write down what I have completed, because it's so easy to forget.
True.
And then there will be moments, I don't know if you have experienced that in your professional life, there will be moments when you are really, really under pressure and you are just like, am I going to achieve it? Am I going to complete it? What is my next thing? And this is when you look at your achievements list. And this is what really, really helped me when I was getting my work visas in this country, because it has been so tough to prove your value to employers in London 10 years ago, 5 years ago, now, with what's happening with immigration. It's always really, really tough to prove that you deserve that place. So my achievements, writing it all down, it's something I really, really recommend. Just spend some time, give yourself that pleasure, that gift of your own time. Sit down for 10 minutes, once per month, maybe once in 2 months, and write everything down, every small thing you have completed. Because then you can use it for your CV, for your LinkedIn, you can go to your manager about it, and you can talk about your career development. And it's really important. The majority of people definitely don't do it. No one has this time. We all are so busy, but it's on you to be in control of your career. It's just on you. It's your responsibility. No one owes you anything, unfortunately or fortunately. But yeah, that's just my biggest advice, probably.
Adding to that, I think that it's not just you owning your career, but it's also about circumstances somehow that you end up being at. The reason being why I say that, for example, because I've been working in big corporations for many, many years. I've changed them. And to be honest with you, regardless how good you are, how many skills you have, you're still not good enough. Does it sound familiar to you? Because they keep on telling you, do this class or get this certification, learn a little bit more, and then you might get your promotion. And then you keep on doing that, and then you're like, guys, I've done everything already. I'm like so super skilled. I'm like a Superman already, but I still don't have the promotion. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I completely understand where you're coming from. It's really, really tough in the current market in the UK. The unemployment rate is 5% as of yesterday, which is the highest within 10 years' time in the UK. The only worst time we have had with unemployment in this country has been during COVID times. So it's really tough on the job market. There are less jobs at the moment. It's more competitive, a lot of layoffs. So it's becoming harder. And then we have AI on top of everything.
Yeah.
So many candidates apply for so many jobs, and recruiters are struggling because they have their own algorithms to go through all the applications. So the context is hard, and I completely understand it's not always on us. So we can only control as much, right? We don't control everything. We only can control what we can control. And when I have some dilemmas with clients, I always say, always focus on what you can control.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Always focus on you and what you can control. And if you can't control it and you cannot change it, that's it, move on. Because sometimes it's really, really tough. However, if you know that you have made the most of the situation, if you know that you have tried your best, at least you know you can give yourself that credit, that you have done the biggest thing possible in the circumstances, especially with work visas, visa situations, when you depend on someone to pick you out of so many candidates in the competitive environment in the UK. You can only control as much. But that's why you need soft skills and resilience and adaptability and flexibility. And I just wanted to say that you are always good enough. You always are enough. Sometimes circumstances are not right. It's true. And it's harder. And sometimes it's down to luck. However, to succeed in both small company and large company, we always need to talk about what we are working on. We always need to demonstrate the impact and drive value, and we always need to have the buy-in from the stakeholders before we do anything. There is this very famous Google rule, I think, 50% work, 50% talk, or something like that.
Oh, that's good.
It's really, really important. And with promotions, it's really tough in any company. It's super tough. So my own choice was to increase my portfolio as a marketing manager and change industries and try new things. Because when I join a new company, I can negotiate my package more. And it's much easier than negotiating inside the company when you're already there. It's so tough when you're inside. It's really, really tough. It's really hard. No one is talking about it. Everyone is struggling. It's just super tough. But what you can do is to understand your own value, keep talking about it, and getting things done. It goes without saying. You have to be incredible at your job to get that opportunity, and then you have to have so many things on top of it to go further. So it is a lot. It is intense.
I think it's called Batman effect, actually. This is at least how we call it when there is someone coming from the outside and he gets a super amazing package. Yeah, I think it's called that. Well, at least we call it in our company. It's a Batman effect because this person is coming to rescue everyone. Everyone is happy to give you a better package rather than raising your own child within your own company, bringing this child to the very top of the mountain. For some reason, it's better to go and get someone from the outside rather than paying attention to someone.
That's just the reality. Yeah, it's always it's not always fair. Let's put it this way, and it is very competitive. But on the other hand, there are a lot of amazing companies out there, and I know now that people are really that people don't like change, right? And people are scared of starting new things and giving themselves this opportunity or an option of challenging themselves, and it makes sense. Like, I now have a mortgage, I now have a child, I have responsibility, and it's harder to be like, oh, I'm just going to drop everything and go somewhere else. It's much harder. And you build those relationships within the company. So it's great when you can move internally. It's ideal, isn't it? When you know people, you enjoy it, you love the work culture, you just want a new challenge. However, there are so many great companies on the market right now. And even when times are challenging, it's still possible. It's never going to be easy to be successful, isn't it? There is no time. You remember 10 years ago, it was tough.
Yeah.
Now it's tough. In the pandemic, it's tough. It's just not easy.
It's always tough.
It's always easier. Not easier. And yeah.
And you mentioned that we just want a new challenge at work, right? But sometimes I feel like, and other people who I talk to, they feel like that it's not about the challenge as such. It's also about being valued, and not just by sending a good feedback, but money. If you are being asked to do more, if you are being challenged, the company has to pay for it. That's true. We can't keep on doing what we are doing, wearing 2 hats, 3 hats, and still being paid the same amount of money. This is really unfair, and I think this is the reality that we're currently living. But from your perspective, do you know how to overcome this obstacle, really, of actually being appreciated not just by the feedback, but also by the package that you get?
Yeah, I know what you mean. And it's an exercise in your soft skills. It's your opportunity to practice having difficult conversations, which is something I challenge myself at the moment. If you want to become a leader in the future or at the nearest time, you have to have those difficult, uncomfortable conversations with yourself, with your team, with your manager, and the more you practice them, the better you become at them. So I recommend setting up a target, maybe have a difficult conversation once per month. And by difficult conversation, I mean talk about your workload. Where is your career going? What is next for you? What are your results? Can you talk about flexible working or something else which gives you something back from that job? Because it's a conversation with your manager, which a lot of people, unfortunately, don't have time or skills to have, but it's really important. It's an equal conversation, isn't it? Especially if you are not on a work visa, you are free.
yeah, you're not dependent on
you
anything.
are not dependent, because when you are on the work visas, you are so focused on just staying in the country, delivering the value every day, being better than the competition. Getting to that goal of settling down in the country you love so much, which was my case. I was obsessed with the UK, and I still am, and I'm so grateful to be able to work here. I love the culture here, and it's inspiring. However, it's on me to manage my my boss. And if something comes up, and I learn from my more senior team members as well, which is why it is so important to have a mentor, to have a community where you can see other women or other men or other people being in the same situation, being very clear about where they want to get, and learn to say no, which is super hard. But it's important to have the conversation before you pick up the new work, maybe.
And if, for example, still the conversation doesn't go ahead, I mean, you have the conversation, nothing is changing, is it okay to change the company?
I think if you enjoy the company, have one more conversation. If you enjoy the company, if you love the culture, try again. Try to open that door, which is, again, give yourself this chance to practice soft skills. Try to find a way around it. If you enjoy the place you are being a part of. But then there are lots of employers who will be very happy to, again, have a conversation with you. There are always options. There is always a choice, always an option. Even when I was on a work visa, there is always an option. There is always another door.
Way out, really.
Always. And you just... it's really good to learn to value yourself and know that you are good enough and you have so many strong skills. And that's why I always recommend writing down those achievements. So when you are feeling a little bit down, just open your list of achievements from last year and you'll be like, oh my God, I've done it myself. No one helped me. It was me. It was just on me. And I delivered the results and I've done this project and that project. It's incredible, really.
And soft skills, do you think, are they overrated already? Because everyone is talking about, like, you have to develop soft skills, but people tend to forget about hard skills. They also are important, isn't it?
Yes, you have to be great at your job, 100%. And then when you get to the leadership roles, your soft skills are become more and more important because you don't need to understand every single detail of your team workload. You're never going to be an engineer if you are more into... something else, right? But you have to be able to manage people, and that's why you need soft skills. That's why those difficult conversations and practicing negotiations with your employer, being assertive, being confident, being respectful towards your peers, being open, and knowing where you stand. Soft skills are not overrated, but they're really hard to teach. So as a career coach, it's something really, really hard. We all think we are great at communication, but actually this is one of the biggest mistakes my clients who move from Eastern Europe make. And I might be still making so many mistakes when it comes to local culture here. But that's why I love being in a foreign country, because every day is like a new day for me. Every day I'm surprised.
You learn something new.
I always learn something new. And my husband is... from the UK. So I just love being part of that multicultural relationship where I learn something new from him every day, and it's brilliant for me. I'm just very open towards new cultures, and I respect them, and that's why I love being here, because people are so open usually. However, with soft skills, it takes a very long time to improve them. It takes a lot of coaching, a lot of self-awareness. It's just really, really a lot of situations. And sometimes people who were not born here struggle with it a bit more. And this is something I definitely observe, because you cannot learn it quickly. You cannot learn it quick enough. You can only learn by constantly failing. Which
true.
is what happened to me.
Tell us more.
Oh my God. I've had so many challenges when I was looking for my first job in this country out of uni. I've had all the possible career coaches at Durham University. I have all sort of networking available in London. And I struggled so much to land my first job. And my hard skills were incredible. Like, yeah, if someone has ever asked to look at my diplomas,
you're perfect.
Apart from my grandma, no one ever asked for them. And I'm like, why did I study so hard? No one cares. No one really cares. They all care about how nice you are to work with. Are you great to be around? Are you comfortable to be around? Is it easier to sit with you at the same table? Are you going to ask awkward questions? Are you going to be passive-aggressive? And no one likes that. We all want to work with really nice people, and people who get things done, and people who learn quickly. So if you don't have enough hard skills, but you can learn quickly, you can get anywhere really. And I always say to my clients, if you have forgotten an answer during an interview, if you have forgotten a situation you want to reference, or you don't have a skill they're asking for, just say that you can learn really quickly and you are great to be around, and that's what they will be looking for. This is so important to have this connection, because you want to enjoy being part of the team. You want to come to work and work with like-minded people. You know, you're going to be excited and happy about them, and that's what you want. You don't want to work around weirdos. Like, life is so hard anyways. And then
It's actually contradicting completely to the theory of that you need to step out from your comfort zone, because if you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you might be actually surrounded by weirdos because you will be putting yourself into the situation where you are uncomfortable, where people are treating you the way they should not be treating you, where you don't feel appreciated. So this is really a different side of the angle, I would say. Right now, people are changing, I would say, because it used to be that we have to overcome obstacles. We have to move out of the comfort zone, right? And now, these days, people started talking that actually, guys, don't forget, it's our life. We should be surrounded by the people that you're comfortable with, that you actually feel challenged, but in a good way, in a positive way, that challenge you, that energize you, and you feel that you want to give to the company even more, just because that you are in a good environment. This is so important, right? It's the theory is changing. We're no longer stepping out of the comfort zone just in sake of stepping out and putting yourself somewhere out there where you feel horrible. No, right now you actually need to find a place where you feel okay, and this is where you flourish, actually.
Yeah, and you are using your strongest skill set, because you cannot become another person, are you? You have to be authentic. You have to stay true to yourself, and maybe you will explore some stretch areas. When we write our goals, we have to stretch ourselves, and it's okay to embrace change as well and give yourself this opportunity to try something new, which I think is great right now because of AI. I always think give yourself a chance to follow your curiosity. Stay curious. Now we are able to learn so quick. It's insane. Like, when I was at school, it was completely different. When I was at uni, it was different. And now it's a whole new world. What's going to happen next? But I think we have to give ourselves a chance to explore things, find what you're interested in, find what we enjoy doing more. Give yourself that opportunity, because you deserve it. You deserve to be happier. And this is a whole shift in the theory, right? Because what's my end goal in life? To be happy, to enjoy what I'm doing, to be positive, to have a good time, because life is so short. Life is so incredibly short. Time goes so quick. It's insane. So we have to enjoy we have to be in the moment. We have to be present, be right here, right now, and enjoying your work really helps.
My final question for you today. You mentioned AI. It's such a huge topic and everyone is talking about it, and I personally love it. And we actually had a podcast about it with a specialist in AI. She shared some really amazing insights about it. So AI and building your career, is there any support from AI? For example, helping with a CV or helping in writing cover letter, or AI is actually more of a problem for career seekers rather than support?
I want to be positive. I want to see it as an opportunity. It's a massive shift. I definitely see it as an opportunity because you can practice more before the interview, and you can also explore yourself a little bit more. If you cannot afford a career coach, but you still are passionate about your career and yourself, you can test it with AI. You can ask questions about your career development before going to your manager. And you can actually try to imagine what is your next step with AI. It's so much easier now. And I think it's a great opportunity for us to practice interviews more, to improve our CVs, to be more visible on LinkedIn, to help us structure the day or help us structure the goals, actually. I think it's incredible. It's an incredible tool. And I highly recommend using it 100%. But then when you come down to sit and have a conversation with your future boss or with your hiring manager, you still have to have that chemistry. You still have to like them, and they have to like you, because it's always mutual process. It's not just about them, it's about what you bring to the table. But AI tools are great tools to help you succeed. I think we are very lucky to be living in this time when we have this opportunity to learn more. And also, you can find out what the role actually entails. You know, like on YouTube, you can search for what does a product manager do, what does a marketing manager do. So when you apply for a new role, you can actually check there, what are they doing if you cannot connect with someone who is already in that job. But now you can ask ChatGPT about that too.
True.
So I think it's essential, and it is changing the job market. It's becoming harder, but everything good is not easier. Nothing is easier, which is cool. No one said it's going to be easier. We all want a little challenge sometimes, but then it's more rewarding when you achieve something, I think.
Brilliant.
So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.